Hello everyone, my name is Uran10 and I come to you asking a very simple question. What is a Smash character? Not only do I come to you asking you that very simple question, I also want to ask you, what do you consider playing Smash? What do you consider is a character that plays Smash versus a character that plays their own game? Well, the way I look at it is that a Smash character is a character that has taken inspiration from their games and has been translated into Super Smash Bros. As the rules of Smash Bros. Have defined. We have had a rule set in Smash, so to put it, when it comes to the characters, ever since the end of Melee, going into Brawl with your final smashes. But we've had a very simple thing. Every character has, without fail, a shield. Duh. Shields have different properties, but a shield. They can grab. They have different direction grabs, forward, back, up and down. We have your jab, your very simple jab with your A button. We have your tilts, which are your weaker moves, your forward tilt, your down tilt, and your up tilt. You have your aerials, which is your forward aerial, your back aerial, your down aerial, your up aerial, your neutral aerial, your front aerials. And then you have your specials, which is your neutral special, your side special, your up special, your down special, and of course, your smash attacks. 4 smash attacks, 1 for each direction, technically 3 smash attacks when you think about it, because it's just forward smash, which is going to go forwards, it's a side smash attack essentially. Then you have up smash, and you have down smash, and those are what defines your characters. Some of y'all have gear dodging and all that stuff, but that is what has made up Super Smash Bros. That is what has defined. That is the baseline of a classic Smash Bros. Character. So, why am I titling this video which characters play Smash and which characters don't? And that is because as of Smash 4, Masahiro Sakurai, his design, especially when it came to the DLC, seems to have shifted. Instead of translating characters into Smash and taking inspiration from their movesets, Masahiro Sakurai has instead taken these characters and basically ported their games and their game's mechanic into Smash Bros., which completely changes the way Smash is played. And I would like to say that this design policy, this idea, is not necessarily wrong, but it doesn't make Smash Smash. It makes Smash a weird amalgamation of things that it honestly kind of shouldn't be. And that's kind of why I'm here to sit down and talk about which characters actually play Smash and which characters don't in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Alright, very simple premise. I think I outlined what a Smash character is, but essentially they have to have all those specific moves, as I stated before, and the moves are well defined. You can have aerial versions of specials, you can have non-aerial grounded versions of specials. All of that is fine. It's just you can have moves that transform you into a different character. All of those things are fine. It's just certain moves that don't follow specific policies, or certain things that have been changed or removed from Smash Bros. That now exist in Ultimate, where you can see the experimentation came out, such as gliding in Brawl. Gliding in Brawl is no longer a thing after that experiment failed. So yeah, let's get into it. And I don't feel like I should really have to hold your hand when it comes to the original 12. Mario plays Smash. It's very simple. Him, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, Pikachu, Luigi, Ness, Captain Falcon, and Jigglypuff all defined the basics of Smash characters, and they haven't really had much of a moveset upgrade. They have all of their tilts, they have their proper Smash attacks, they have proper aerials, they have set things that these aerials do, they don't have any special rules attached to them, they don't have any special characteristics on the character themselves, which go against the rules, and honestly, even going as far as that, armor has been established for a very decently long time as well, even since Smash 64 was metal. So, yes, armor doesn't necessarily break the rules of Smash either, or make them play their own game. When you play your own game, you'll understand what I mean when I say play your own game. So, the original 12, obviously, without fail, we're not going to count Echoes here. Hello Yoshi, how you doing, my boy? They all play Smash. We also know Super Armor has been a thing with Yoshi's double jump. All of those things that exist in the original Smash Brothers game in Smash 64, that is all fine and dandy in the you play Smash category. So the original 12 is there. Peach is one of the very few characters that you have to look at kind of funny. She has a jump and she has a float, but at the same time, with her float, her up B, all of her stuff, she still follows the defined rules. Sure, she may not necessarily follow the jump rules, but at the same time, the jump rules are also some of the most, I won't say disengaged ones per se, but I'm trying to find the correct word for it, but her float is still Smash, since I've seen enough jumping around when it comes to the actual jumps and the way aerials are handled for that to make sense. So yes, Peach still plays Smash. Bowser, he does have tough guy armor. It is kind of ridiculous. But moveset wise, he follows it. His weight, everything. He has all the moves as necessary. He follows Smash to a T. Nana and Popo, the Ice Climbers, they are the first unique characters that exist. And they are probably some of the ones that I find the hardest to pin down when it comes to if they play Smash or not. Nana and Popo, they have all the movesets and all the other things attached to them, but they're two characters in one, which is a very novel concept introduced in Melee. And it's just the way that they're able to do so many things with being able to be desynced and such, which makes it very hard for me to say that they're playing Smash. Smash is an interactive game. All of your moves don't necessarily... how should I put it? You shouldn't be able to completely shut down someone just by getting a grab or something along the lines of that in Smash. Sure, you mentioned chain grabbing and a bunch of other things, but in how Smash was designed, it was never really emphasized on this ability to desync these characters. You're pressing buttons and they should do one thing, and if they're capable of doing more than that one thing than they're set out to do, then that character might just be playing their own game. I think, not by an egregious amount, but Ice Climbers might literally just be playing their own game. Sheik is your quintessential Smash character through and through. Zelda is your quintessential Smash character. If Mario is a Smash character, then Dr. Mario is a Smash character. Pichu is your quintessential Smash character that hurts himself apparently. Like, still follows the rules, plays very similar to Pikachu. It not doing anything egregious, still follows the simple concept of the design. So I think that Pichu is legitimately just a fine one, if I'm going to be completely honest. Falco, again, plays very similar to Fox, follows the same design philosophy. I think they're fine. The Fire Emblems, I think Marth is actually really just fine. Sure, he has the tippers, which I find interesting, but it's not like Sweet Spots have been a new concept or anything. Sweet spots have always been a part of Smash. It doesn't really change anything of the sort. I think that is completely and utterly fine. So yes, Marth plays Smash. Young Link, I mean, he plays like Link. He has bombs, he has all his defined things. They work as you'd expect them to do. He has his up B, he has grounded and aerial version, has tilts, works as you think. Yeah, Ganondorf is a weird one because of how his up tilt works, but it's still just within the realm of Smash. It's not like he's doing anything egregious either. So again, yeah, play Smash. Mewtwo! Again, you have a charge shot, basically, aerials, tilts, all this stuff. Again, these characters were designed with Smash in mind. They're not playing like Pokemon or Zelda, and then you have a Smash painting on top of it. They are playing Smash using moves that are inspired from their games. Why the hell is Pichu and plays their own game? That's not what I... Anyway. From and away. Again, they play Smash. They hit hard and all that stuff, but they play Smash. Game & Watch, play Smash. Meta Knight is one of those characters where the way he's designed is kinda nasty, but he still technically follows the rule. He's a character with multiple jumps, so he does his multiple jumps to go up, 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 up. Even if he's pressing up aerial while doing those multiple jumps, and can shuttle loop and do all that stuff, tornado, all the moves he does, everything feels, for a lack of better words, it's Smash. Meta Knight is playing Smash. Yes, it's a little bit egregious with all of the jumps and all of the ways he's kind of able to kind of true combo and ladder off the top, but Mario can also ladder off the top. A lot of characters can technically ladder off the top. Laddering off the top in and of itself isn't not playing Smash. It's just the moveset has to not do anything that is egregious. And while Meta Knight has some moves that are definitely like, it does that, none of them are egregious, so, you know. He still plays Smash, and he still follows the rules. Pit and Dark Pit, they play Smash. ZSS, I'm gonna look at that down be funny. I'm looking at it down be funny. I'm really not. This has play Smash. She has stuns and a bunch of other stuff, but they've always been moves that technically do stuff like that. So it's different from end lag and hit stun, but still, she plays Smash. And it's not like the way she's stunning people is ridiculous or leads to something that is, quite frankly, not playing Smash. So yeah, she plays Smash. Wario is your quintessential joke character of Smash. And I like the bike, I like a lot of things, I like how unique Wario is, and it's very clear that all of these things are just like, oh yeah, these things, I can see them in Smash, oh they're cool in Smash, even his stupid ass part that kills people. That is so Smash! Wario plays Smash. Snake is a character, oh my goodness, frame 1, grenade pulls. Ugh. Again, I can just say straight up, they follow the rules in terms of moveset quite well. He does follow the rules quite well. Yeah, I don't really see anything egregious with Snake. He plays Smash. He has some very, very strong tools, but at the end of the day, it's not like he's doing anything egregious. He's playing Smash. I play Smash. In fact, I think I play Smash in a better way than a lot of other characters. And I want to talk about moves that can be used as recovery, and also not being your recovery move. I feel like in instances where you have moves that are essentially recovery moves, and then you also have your on top of it recovery move, that if you don't get put into tumble after, that's a lot. That is a lot. If you're able to act out of your up B, that's not necessarily like the worst thing. Yoshi can do that, but this isn't like not acting out of up B. This is like you have 1 or 2 recovery options and you're chaining them together. And in certain cases, it's fine, like with a Fox and a Falco chaining together the Phantasm and up B is fine. But in other cases, it's like a bit much. Because imagine if I can go across the stage with side B and then immediately up B. That'd be a lot. So you have to also consider that when you're considering is this person playing Smash? Is this person not? But yeah, they're playing Smash. Pokemon Trainer. All of the Pokemon obey the rules of Smash. Whether they're using projectiles, whether they're using water to push characters, whether they're just comboing them. Nothing is egregious in the entirety of Pokemon Trainer's set. Pokemon Trainer, play Smash. Diddy Kong! Now, a lot of people are going to turn to the item and be like, but the item play, especially if we're looking at competitive Smash, and I'm going to look at you and be like, Link had bombs. All the Links had bombs. This item play has always been a very quintessential part of Smash Bros. Even if in competitive play we ignore items and we turn them off because they are very random and they do introduce unnecessary RNG into the game. In this case, I would just straight up say, yes, Diddy Kong plays Smash. And in the same way Diddy Kong plays Smash is the same way Lucas plays Smash. In the sense of Ness playing Smash means that Lucas plays Smash. It is as simple as that. Sonic is a character that people love to say does not play Smash, but let's go to the rule. Does Sonic have all these tilts? Yes. Does Sonic have these arrows? Yes. Does Sonic have all the specials that he needs to? Yes. Does Sonic's up B do anything egregious? Yes, he can act out of it, but also Yoshi can act out of his. Can he recover again after using his up B? No. It's a commit. It's an actual full commitment. So yeah, Sonic plays Smash. Diddy plays Smash. Olimar is definitely one of those characters where you gotta look at that up B kind of funny. But the fact of the matter is, he can cancel out of it and can't use it again, which is fine. So, I think, actually I need to look into that, because if he can cancel out of it, that's kind of strong in going into it. But either way, I don't think if he throws out a move after using up B, he can't up B again. If he can, then I don't know if that's really enough. It's not enough to disqualify him, but I don't think, even with that you're playing your own game. I think Olimar is just... He has the Pikmin. Yeah, Olimar's playing Smash. I don't even know what I'm discussing. Lucario is one of the weird ones, but he's also playing Smash. He's just Mewtwo, but kind of worse. And kind of better at times. Rob is a character that people say, Rob plays the whole game. You can always... Rob has very strong tools because of the gyro and because of his Rotor. But at the end of the day, Rob is literally playing Smash. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. Rob plays Smash. Two Link, another Link, plays Smash. Villager. Villager's neutral B is one of the most interesting moves in the game, and I love it. I'm not gonna come on here and say that's not playing Smash. It has a different... Its purpose is very simple. It's similar to Game & Watch's Bucket, where, you know, it grabs a projectile, something that you throw an item, and then you can press it again to bring it out or use that projectile or item, which stronger moves, similar to how Game & Watch gets the Bucket, and then eventually, like, it has multiple properties on it, and moves can have multiple properties on them. But the properties have to make sense at the same time. You can't just have like 1,000,001 properties on your move and somehow, you know, force ridiculous options. Y'all already know where I'm getting at this. When we get to the, as I said, I feel like once the issue started with Smash 4, so we're in Brawl. We're in Brawl. We still got a ways to go before, we're not even in Brawl anymore. We're in Smash 4 now with Villager. We skipped Wolf. Wolf plays Smash. I have to go with that. Wolf plays Smash. Oh yeah, Villager, plays Smash. Exploitable recovery, can attack out of it, can't re-summon it, can absolutely be exploited. I like that. Automatically goes into free fall if recovery after a point, so I think that is fine. Mega Man being able to act out of his recovery is also fine. It's just a spring similar to Sonic, so Mega Man is also in that regard fine. His smash attacks being projectiles is hilarious, but also not ridiculous. He follows the rules to a T. Mega Man is fine. Refit Trainer having deep breathing and buffing your stats is crazy work. Like, that's actually crazy work. But Overall, they follow the rules of Smash. I can't really say they don't. Rosalina and Luma, it's kind of like they're similar to the Ice Climbers. Two characters in one. The only difference is that Luma dies and comes back, whereas if Nana dies, Nana's gone. And the whole point of them is being able to separate her being like more of a puppet master character versus Nana and Popo are supposed to fight together and not like. The reason why Nana and Popo, I look at them and I say they are playing their own game is because of what desync can do. Rosalina is designed around that desync. And not only is she designed around the desync, it's a thing where the Luma is still doing the exact same move that Rosalina is doing. The buttons still do the exact same thing. It's not like you're pressing a button and then Popo's doing one thing while Nana's doing another thing, keeping some combo going because they're desync. No. There's no desync. They're doing the exact same moves at the exact same time. And that's what makes Rosalina an actual Smash character. Little Mac! Armor on all your Smash attacks is kind of egregious, bro. Like, that's nasty. If we're going to be honest, Little Mac does play his own game, but he plays his own game in such a... He plays grounded. In a plat fighter. He's weird. And I don't know how else to describe Little Mac other than he's weird. Like, he still follows the rules, he does all the tilts, he does all the aerials, all that stuff. He has the up B, he has aerial and grounded versions. It's just, when I look at the fact that you technically have smash attacks on every single thing, like armor on every single smash attack, which with how you're designed you need, it's still, it feels like you are underdeveloped for Smash, which is funny. But I feel like you're not even playing Smash. You're playing a different, you're like, how should I put it? I feel like Little Mac in the way of this does play Smash, but he plays a slightly different version of Smash. I don't know how else to put it. Armor on Smash attacks isn't new, but armor on all Smash attacks, high priority on all these moves, that's fine. That's just frame data stuff. It's just, I'll say he plays Smash, but I'm putting an asterisk next to him because he's kind of underdeveloped, undercooked for Smash, for being honest. Greninja, play Smash. The Miis, they are weird as shit, but I'm gonna assume that they all play Smash. Palutena. Teleport cancels are weird, but otherwise than that, she's straight up playing Smash. Neutral B cycles as it should. Different moves work differently in the air versus yeah. Pac-Man has some things, but still play Smash. Ramen, again, has some things, still play Smash. Shulk breaks his own rules, but again, they're all set. They're not random in how the Monado arts come out. They're still following the blatant rules. Play Smash. Play Smash. I don't know if those guys cycle, but at the same time, I think they do. So I think play Smash can be said. Oh boy! Alright, y'all, we finally got to the fun part. We finally got to the fun part. Smash 4. Which characters play Smash or no? If you have auto turnaround, if you have input commands, guess what? You're playing whatever fighting game you come from and you're not playing Smash. Even though you're also an Echo Fighter, you also have different input commands. All of y'all with input commands, it doesn't matter where you are not playing Smash. Get these FGC things out of here. Cloud. Limit is the one thing that is interesting. Because this Cloud's limit and how it plays actually determines Joker's fate as well. If Cloud limit is playing Smash, then Joker Arsene is also playing Smash. And here's the thing. We can consider Limit and Arsene to be very similar to switching from Zelda to Sheik in Melee, or from switching Pokemon. It's not like it's a completely different moveset per se, like those two switches. Like, it's just the character having the same moves with different properties. And I think that is actually fine. I think that is playing Smash. It's not anything egregious, even if some of those moves are kind of stupid. It's not egregious. It's literally just, you have your Smash Brothers moveset, and you have some that temporarily boost that. It's basically like Wii Fit deep breathing, to some example, where it's just a major stat boost, and you have to consider, is the major stat boosting playing Smash or not? And depending on how you look at it, technically switching characters is major stat boosting when it comes to like the Pokemon trainers, or even your Sheik to Zeldas in older games. So I think you play Smash. I don't have to even look at your core when you play Smash. Bayonetta, she is the one character I literally look at and I'm like, I don't know if you play Smash. Because I don't feel like you play Smash. I feel like she doesn't follow. Here's my thing, right? There's nothing necessarily wrong with being able to act on an up B. It's just the way her recovery works. Recoveries in Smash are normally very simple. You have your regular jumps and your up B. Some people have their side B to recover. Some of these are committal moves. Some things combine side B with up B. But the way she works is different. She isn't just side B, up B, and then that's it. She's side B'ing, up B'ing, and side B'ing again. She can chain all of these moves together. Along with the fact that she can also jump after doing all of this. The fact that she basically can combo you like that, I don't think that is playing Smash. I think that's playing your own game. She's basically in the DMC Bayonetta universe where she's just comboing, and going stylish on you. Which, again, that's technically how she plays her game. So she's not playing Smash. She is playing her own game. You could take the idea of her having some of these combo moves and being able to chain them together to some degree, but it's just the way in which she's able to do it and requiring you to break your controllers and get out of these. I can't in good conscience say she plays Smash. She plays her own game. She honestly plays her own game. Inkling, the only thing that's weird on your moveset is that you can shield and charge Ink, which is necessary, and I feel like that's not a bad mechanic. I feel like that's not like, oh yeah, you're not playing Smash because you're doing that. No, you have to do... Resource management has always been somewhat of a thing in Smash depending on the character you're playing. So, due to that nature, Inkling definitely plays Smash. Ridley, I think Ridley actually plays Smash. I don't really have to look at that. Everything checks out, play Smash. Richter and Simon Belmont. Bad recoveries have always been a thing. Being able to tether grab has been a thing since Melee. I believe it's since Melee, it might be Brawl, but either way, yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think what they're doing is egregious. They follow the rules. Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything bad. So yeah, Simon Belmont definitely is there. K. Rool plays Smash. Belly armor can be broken, similar to a Flash Reflector can be broken, stuff like that. I have no issue with how K. Rool plays. He plays Smash. And if I have no issue with Villager, then I have no issue with Isabelle. She plays Smash. Play Smash. Play Smash. Even if your footstool thing is kind of weird, you're still playing Smash. Joker! Cloud, again, it's basically the same thing with deep breathing in a sense. Where Arsene, it's a lot, even if it's slightly changing your moveset, it's still playing Smash. Nothing on that moveset's crazy. He might be a little overtuned in terms of how fast Arsene can kill you, but that's playing Smash. Guys, do I have to sit down and explain why Hero doesn't play Smash? I don't think I do. It's one singular move as to why Hero doesn't play Smash. And I want to make this very, very clear. There's a reason I mentioned cycling and a bunch of other things as to being normal and, being in a set order and stuff like that. He doesn't do that. He can basically choose whatever move he wants from the 4 that's there. And he also does something that I feel is egregious to the design of Smash Brothers. Regardless of if you play competitive or not, the fact that you are required to know how to read, if you have any kind of reading disability, Hero is pretty much cut off from you. You won't be able to use him effectively or fight against him effectively. You'd have to study that and study that in, depending on, where you're playing different languages. Yeah. He just doesn't play Smash because of his menu. He has way more than the allotted move slots because of that as well. So yeah, he doesn't play Smash, he plays his own game. Banjo and Kazooie, yeah, again, they play Smash. I don't really have to even explain it for you. Like, they have their own set of movesets, they have aerial versions, they have grounded versions. They are literally translating their moves from their games into Smash Brothers and not basically transposing their mechanics from the game into Smash Brothers. I feel like that's the best way to put it. It's a little late for me to do it, but essentially, are they taking their mechanics from their games into Smash Brothers, or are they adopting the mechanics that exist in Smash Brothers, inspired by them, by their games towards their moveset and such? That's essentially it. Again, if you have input commands, auto turnaround, anything like that, you are not playing Smash. Byleth, play Smash. Byleth, honestly, is one of the most Smash characters that I've ever Smash characters. Min Min does not meet the move requirements. She does not have tilts. She has smash attacks, which aren't even really smash attacks. She has just arm. She doesn't really have aerials either, if I'm being honest. She just says punch, 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 and punch. That's not aerial, girl. That's not a Smash move. You don't play Smash. Like, you play your own. You're playing arms. You're playing arms. And I love arms, but you're playing arms. Alright guys, let's talk about Minecraft Steve. Does Minecraft Steve play Smash? Does placing blocks count as playing Smash? No, it does not. Blocks alone can disqualify him, but let's go even deeper than that because there's multiple egregious things as to him not playing Smash. Minecart. How does this move have a hitbox and can also be a command grab at the same time? If you shield it, you can still get hit. There are moves that are command grabs, strictly command grabs that you have to avoid. And then there's this move where it does both, so you can shield it and then still get caught by it after dealing with the initial hitbox. That's not playing Smash. That's doing something else. You're playing your own game. And the thing about it is, being able to use Smash attacks in the air because you can put something, that's not, again, block alone is enough to disqualify him from playing Smash. Like, he's not playing Smash because of that and that alone. So, I don't even have to really discuss it. Obviously, you don't play Smash. It's not a question. You don't play Smash. Sephiroth, he's in the realm of the clouds and the jokers and the deep breathing things. He plays Smash. He has multiple variations of moves depending on how long they charge, which again has always been in Smash. So yeah, play Smash. Pyra Aegis, I think. I could have also mentioned Bats Within with Bayonetta and her counter, which time I think, honestly, this might be weird to say, but Pyra 100% is playing Smash. But when she changes to Mythra, the fact that you're able to essentially counter and slow someone down frame rate wise, similar to like a Twin Tail in ARMS and Bayonetta with Battlefield and such, I feel like that is egregious enough to not be playing Smash, since it's, and I get it because I'm torn on it. I'm being honest. I'm torn on this one because I see it being translated from the game she's in, and it's not similar to the vision that I'm not like Schultz gets, and I'm gonna say that she plays Smash. Barely plays Smash. I don't think it's egregious. I think it is definitely very close on the tippy top of, yo, should this be allowed in Smash? That's kind of crazy. But, yeah. Obviously, Kazuya has auto turnaround, rage drive, 50 million moves. You don't play Smash. Sora's only thing that you have to really look at is his up B to side B. And the thing about it is, yes, he's floaty and his recovery is extremely good. But he goes into free fall immediately after chaining these two together, which I think is more than enough. He doesn't have multiple jumps, he just has those abilities to do so. And he can't even jump out of side B. That's the thing. He can't jump out of side B, he can't jump out of up B. So yeah, he's still following the rules of Smash to a T. So yeah, Sora plays Smash. And there you have it. These are the characters that play Smash and play their own game. If I have to look at plays their own game, I can immediately go and look at it and be like, I feel like the Ice Climbers, desync is the issue with those. Again, FGC, you have auto turnaround, you have your input commands, you're all disqualified for that. So Terry, Ryu, Ken, Kazuya, all out from that. Min Min is out because she doesn't meet the move requirement. She doesn't have tilts. She doesn't have tilts. Throwing out an arm is not a tilt. Throwing out arm is not a tilt. It's the same as her smash attack. The only difference is she can charge that throw. She doesn't have a tilt. She doesn't have forward tilt. Her up tilt's basically the same as her up smash too, which is funny, but yeah. Arms doesn't have a lot of variety of moves that they could choose from, I guess, so I understand it, but she's not playing Smash. I don't have... You know what? Block. I'm not going to say block. I can go through the many egregious things that block allows, but block is the reason why Steve does not play Smash. So yeah. There you have it. I know this is going to be confusing to some, and some people are going to completely disagree with my definition of what a Smash character is, but this is my definition of what a Smash character is, and these are the characters that play Smash. If Smash Ultimate's roster was everything listed above here in the Play Smash, this game would be the greatest Smash Brothers game of all time for competitive play. Honest truth. Alright, y'all. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a long one, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my discussion, if you agree with my reasoning, if you want to add on the discussion, if you want to say what your definition of playing Smash is. I want to start the discussion. What is Smash Brothers to you? And which characters play Smash Brothers and which characters don't? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.